Virtual Desktop Assembly.
Installing the power supply. But first, what actually is the function of the power supply?
It provides the needed voltage to power the various electronic components of a computer.
Installing power supply.
Retrieve the power supply and rotate it to the proper position. And then, secure it in place using the screws.
Installing RAM. First, retrieve one RAM module from the anti-static mount. Second, align the latch notches on the RAM module to the notches in the slot and press down till the side tabs click. Then, make sure that the side tabs have locked the RAM module and visually check for exposed contacts. Repeat for second RAM module.
Retrieve the CPU from the anti-static mount. Rotate the CPU so the connection 1 indicator is lined up with pin 1 on the CPU socket. Align the orientation notches on the CPU to the orientation keys on the socket. Place the CPU gently into the socket. Close the CPU load plate and secure in place by closing the load lever and moving it under the load lever retention tab. Apply small amount of thermal compound to the CPU chip and spread evenly. Line up the heatsink fan assembly retainers to the holes of the motherboard. Place the heatsink fan assembly into the CPU socket, being careful not to pitch the CPU fan wires. Tighten the heatsink or fan assembly retainers to secure it in place. Plug the heatsink into the motherboard.
Installing the motherboard. Slowly move the motherboard into the case while you align the holes for screws and standoffs. Attach the motherboard to the case using the appropriate screws.
Installing NIC. Move the NIC to the case. Align the NIC to the PCIe x1 slot on the motherboard. Press down gently on the NIC until the card is fully seated. Secure the NIC by attaching the PC mounting bracket to the case with a screw. Install wireless NIC. Move the wireless NIC to the case. Align the wireless NIC to the PCI slot on the motherboard. Press down gently on the wireless NIC until the card is fully seated. Secure the wireless NIC by attaching the PC mounting bracket to the case with a screw. Install video adapter. Move the video adapter to the case. Align the video adapter to the PCIe x16 slot on the motherboard. Press down gently on the video adapter until the card is fully seated. Secure the video adapter by attaching the PC mounting brackets to the case with a screw.
Drives and external base.
Install hard disk drive. Move the HDD to the case. Position the HDD so it aligns with the 3.5 drive bay. Insert the HDD into the drive bay. Secure the HDD to the case using the proper screws.
Install an optical drive. First, move the optical drive to the case. Next, position the optical drive so it aligns with the 5.25 drive bay. Afterwards, insert the optical drive into the drive bay. Then, secure the optical drive to the case using the proper screws. Installing the floppy drive. First, move the FDD or the floppy disk drive to the case. Then, position the FDD so it aligns with the 3.5 drive bay. Insert the FDD into the drive bay. Secure the FDD to the case using the proper screws.
Plug in a SATA power cable to the hard drive. Plug in a Berg power supply cable to the floppy drive. Plug in a Molex power supply cable to the optical drive. Pin ATX power supply cable to the socket on the motherboard and gently press down to secure the connection. Align the 4-pin auxiliary power connector to the auxiliary power socket on the motherboard and gently press down to secure the connection. Align the 3-pin case fan power cable and gently press down to secure the case fan pins on the motherboard. Align and plug the PATA cable to the motherboard socket. Align and plug in the floppy data cable to the motherboard socket. Align and plug in the other end of the floppy data cable to the floppy drive. Align and plug in the other end of the PATA data cable to the optical drive. Align and plug in the SATA cable to the motherboard socket. Align and plug in the other end of the SATA data cable to the hard drive. External cables. Before connecting the external cables, you must attach the case panels and secure them with the case panel screws. Note: connect the power cable after all external cables are attached. Align and attach the monitor cable to the video port on the video adapter. Secure it by tightening the screws on the connector. Align and plug in the keyboard cable to the PS/2 port. Align and plug in the mouse cable to the PS/2 port. Align and plug in the USB cable to the port. Align and plug in the Ethernet cable to the port. Align and plug in the power cable to the port.